Everything's set. Let's do a mic check 1 2. Hear myself real quick. Audio input catcher. Mic check 1 2. I hear myself. Can you all hear me out there? Show a blue heart to show me that you can hear me out there. Anybody at all? Let's see. We got Creepy Clown Girl. Hey, Creepy Clown Girl, how are you doing? We got Boston Actress. What's up? Aw. Showing the love. Hearing the fire effects. Okay, I'm hearing myself. Got one blue heart from Boston Actress, one blue heart from A Life Worth Living. I know I'm going to butcher that last word, but welcome. What's up? Welcome to the stream. And hello, everyone that's watching. Welcome to another episode of Stories After Dark. Of course, you know I'm your host, Evil Outcast. I do these streams to help you to read you to sleep, or rather give you sweet dreams or sweet nightmares. I'm still working on it, but I hope everybody's doing good this evening, or this afternoon, wherever you may be, morning, wherever you may be. Sarah's bestie, what's up? Hope you're doing good. Now, before we get to our regiment of reading some creepy, scary stories, I like to point out something that I just noticed that I got a dislike before the stream even started. Oh. Well, apparently the dislike disappeared. Okay. I was going to call bad dog, but they took back the dislike, so it's all good. Cool Cat, good morning from the UK. What's up? Welcome back, a life worth living whiz kid. There we go. Glad you could make it. Anybody who hasn't spoken into the chat, don't be shy. Don't be afraid to speak. And of course, we got the almighty Nightbot. Don't worry, I programmed him to not ban anybody for anything. Sarah says if you get a dislike, I say ignore it. It just saying. Yeah, I tend to ignore such things, but before a stream, really? I mean, somebody must really hate me if they're gonna post some shit like that. But c'est la vie. Anyways, everybody ready for some creepiness? Also, don't forget to leave a like, not a dislike, not into the chat, but leave a like or dislike, whichever you prefer. And don't forget to share this stream with everybody you know. Also, if you're new here to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to smack that bell like you're like it owes you money. There we go. All right. Well, I said we're ready into getting into some creepy shit. Sarah says they retweeted it. Thank you so much. You are awesome. I love my fans so much. Want to touch the hiney. And we have Anarchiv, Kivi, Cave. Help to those who just come in with weird pronunciations. Help me out. Get weird names with your. Help me out with pronouncing them because I'm gonna wind up butchering them, and I don't want you hating me for it. Just saying. But it will be a lot of big help. But this person says, "Hey, 12. It is 12:49 here in Pennsylvania, United States. Finishing up editing my first video." Ooh. Well, if you have Twitter, be sure to hit me up, and I'll shout you out right after the stream, or maybe in the morning. Whenever you get a chance to post your first video, I will watch it and I will shout you out. All right. You have to forgive me, my phone's a little wonky. There we go. Oh, this is going to be a long read. Oh, it's by Killhawk. Oh, I'll probably have to hit him up later. Arakvi. Okay, Arakvi. Welcome. And what's up? Subject Illuminate. What's up? Haven't seen you in a long time, man. How's it going? How's the music business going, man? Yeah. I think we're going to start off with a classic creepypasta. What do y'all think? And I believe this is one of my favorite stories. Of course, the original author is unknown. This first story is called The Girl in the Girl in the Photograph. So let's all sit back, relax, grab a taco, and let's begin. Okay. I need to practice that. One school day, a boy named Tom was sitting in class and doing math. It was 6 more minutes until after school. As he was doing his homework, something caught his eye. His desk was next to the window, and he turned and looked to the grass outside. It looked like a picture. When school was over, he ran to the spot where he saw it. He ran fast so no one else could grab it. He picked it up and smiled. It had a picture of the most beautiful girl he had ever seen. She had a dress with tights on, and red shoes. Her hand was formed into a peace sign. She was so beautiful, he wanted to meet her. So he ran all over the school and asked everyone if they knew her or have seen her before. But everyone he asked said no. He was devastated. When he was home, he asked his older sister if she knew the girl. But unfortunately, she also said no. It was very late, so Tom walked up the stairs, placed the picture on the bedside table, and went to sleep. In the middle of the night, Tom was awakened by a tap on his window. It was like a nail tapping. He got scared. After the tapping, he heard a giggle. He saw a shadow near his window. So he got out of his bed, walked towards his window, opened it up, and followed the giggling. Pardon me. Opened it up and followed the giggling. By the time he reached it, it was gone. The next day, again, he asked his neighbors if they knew her. Everyone said, sorry, no. When his mother came home, he even asked her if she knew her. She said no. He went to his room, placed the picture on his desk, and fell asleep. Once again, he was awakened by the tapping. He took the picture and followed the giggling. He walked across the road, when suddenly he got hit by a car. He was dead, with the picture in his hand. The driver got out of the car and tried to help him, but it was too late. Suddenly he saw the picture and picked it up. He saw a cute girl holding up 3 fingers. Short but sweet, but still a little creepy. That'll be a good warm up for right now. Let's see who's in the chat now. Subject says, has been pretty good. Working on another dark orchestral. I'll send in the couple days. Currently in VR chat. Acting homie and all that dumb jazz. Awesome. We have a new one. Fearsome Hero. What's up? Welcome to the stream and welcome to my channel. She says I was working on your name, messed up on the colors. I'm guessing you're working on a new logo for obviously Sarah's death. I seen some of your artwork and it is pretty dope. Hope you keep up the good work, Fearsome. But yeah, I may wind up covering this story for my channel soon. But I've also got hit up by another writer called Rose Black, and they got some pretty interesting stories, and I'm going to be getting them up soon. Hey, Mutant Artificial Intelligence, what's up? How dare you uncover my sneakiness? Aw, thank you, Fearsome. You're awesome. An egg. Really? Who in the hell put Bram Stoker's Dracula in the fucking creepypasta wiki? Really? Yeah. Unless y'all want me to read Dracula out loud. Let me know what else you want to hear in the chat real quick. Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and get to this next story. Yes, and this is also a gaming creepypasta. And I think whatever I want to read, well, maybe I might read a couple of chapters of Dracula, but I don't know. Mutant says, Evil, does Fearsome have a link to check out the artwork? I'm not too sure. I do know she's on Twitter. The same name, Fearsome Hero. I want to check it out. I'll see if I can locate her Twitter. That is, if she doesn't mind me sharing her Twitter. We'll find out. Oh. I'm probably going to be on here for a while, but a second. Here we go. Alright, well, let's get on to our next story. And right now it is a gaming creepypasta. This game, and I've heard of this. I haven't gotten a chance to read it, but I heard. Before we get into our next story, have you noticed any changes to my screen? That's right. I put up some new artwork for my streaming and everything. As you can tell, there's my new Nightmare Ronin, which was drawn up by Fleshwad, and the new logo by Artzilla Asia. And at the bottom left or bottom right, depending on where you're at, or what you're looking at, is my social media ticker or whatever. Or whatever. It shows the different social media logos and my @names and everything. So I'm hoping you all pay attention to that. Yes, I do have campfire sounds going on in the background. I'm glad you noticed. Thank you, Saris. Shit. Okay, anyways, this story is written by... Yes, silver swords are the best, and my silver swords are bloody. Very bloody. Okay, this story is written by Mikhail Honorides. And this story is called Pale Luna. In the last decade and a half, it's become infinitely easier to obtain exactly what you're looking for. By way of a couple of keystrokes, the internet has made it all too simple to use a computer to change reality. An abundance of information is merely a search engine away, to the point where it is hard to imagine life as any different. Yet a generation ago, when the words streaming and torrent were meaningless, save for conversation about water, people met face to face to conduct software swap parties, trading games, and applications on Sharpie labeled 5.25-inch floppies. Of course, most of the time, the meets were a way for frugal, community-minded individuals to trade popular games like King's Quest and Maniac Mansion amongst themselves. However, a few early programming talents designed their own computer games to share amongst their circle of acquaintances, who in turn would pass it on until, if fun and well designed enough, independently developed game has its place in the collection of aficionados across the country. Think of it as the 80s equivalent of a virtual video. Pale Luna, on the other hand, was never circulated outside of the San Francisco Bay Area. All known copies have been long disposed of. All computers that have ever run the game now Now detritus buried under layers of filth and polystyrene. This fact is attributed to a number of rather obtruse design choices made by its programmer. Pale Luna was a text adventure in the vein of Zork and the Lurking Horror, at a time when said genre was swiftly going out of fashion. Upon booting the program, the player was presented with a screen almost completely blank, except for the text. You're in a dark room. Moonlight shines through the window. There is gold in the corner, along with a shovel and a rope. There is a door to the east. Command. So began the game that one writer for a long out-of-print Fanise decried as enigmatic, nonsensical, and completely unplayable, as the only commands that the game would accept were pick up gold, pick up shovel, pick up rope, open door, and go east. The player was soon presented with the following. Reap your reward. Pale Luna smiles at you. You're in a forest. There are paths to the north, west, and east. Command? What quickly infuriated a few who played the game was the confusing and buggy nature of the second screen onward. Only one in the directional decisions would be the correct one. For example, on this occasion, a command to go in the direction other than north would lead to the system freezing, requiring the operator to hard reboot the entire computer. Further, any subsequent screens seem to merely repeat the above texts, with the difference being only the directions available. Worse still, the standard text adventure commands appear to be useless. The only accepted non-movement related prompts were use gold, which caused the game to display the message, not here. Use shovel, which brought up, not now. And use rope, which prompted the text, you've already used that. Most who played the game progressed a couple of screens into it before becoming fed up. Okay, it glitched up a little bit. Sorry about that. And the stream is going to be poor for a little bit, so bear with me. Most who played the game progressed a couple of screens into it before becoming fed up by having to consistently reboot and tossing the disc in disgust, writing off the experience as a shoddy programmed farce. However, there is one thing about the world of computers that remains true. No matter the era, some people who use them have way too much time on their hands. A young man by the name of Michael Nevins decided to see if there was more to Pale Luna than what met the eye. Five hours and 33 screens worth of trial and error and unplugged computer cords later, he finally managed to make the game display different text. The text is this new area read. Pale Luna smiles wide. There are no paths. Pale Luna smiles wide. The ground is soft. Pale Luna smiles wide. Here. Command. It was an hour still before Nevins stumbled upon. It was an hour still before Nevins stumbled upon the proper combination of phrases. Okay, what the hell's going on? Okay, my OBS is acting up. I'm sorry. Okay. It was another hour before Nevins stumbled upon the proper combination of phrases to make the game progress any further. Dig hole, drop gold, then fill hole. This caused the screen to display congratulations. 40.24248 121.4434, which upon the game ceased to accept commands, requiring the user to reboot one last time. After some deliberation, Nevins came to the conclusion that the numbers referred to lines of latitude and longitude. The coordinates led to a point in the sprawling forest that dominated the nearby Lassen volcanic park. As he possessed much more free time than sense, Nevins vowed to see Pale Luna through to its ending. The next day, armed with a map, a compass, and a shovel, he navigated the park's trails. Nodding with amusement, how each turn he made corresponded roughly to those that he took in game. Though he initially regretted breaking the cumbersome digging tools on a mere hunch. The path's similarity all but confirmed his suspicions that the journey would end. Okay, what the fuck is going on? Okay, let me check in the chat. Oh, this is gonna be problematic. Getting error messages right now. Okay, Kat, thank you for coming by. Hope you get some good rest, and hope you feel better. Okay, where was I? though he initially regretted bringing the cumbersome digging tool on a mere hunch. And I'm lagging again. The path's similarity all but confirmed his suspicions that the journey would end with him face to face with the eccentric's buried treasure. I was hoping to have a good stream. Okay, y'all can hear me. Good. I'm glad. Out of breath after a tricky struggle to the coordinates, he was pleasantly surprised by a literal stumble upon a patch of uneven dirt. Shoveling as excitedly as he was, it would be an understatement to say that he was taken aback when his heavy strokes unearthed the badly decomposing head of a blonde-haired little girl. Nevins promptly reported the situation to the authorities. The girl was identified as Karen Paulson, 11, reported as missing to the San Diego Police Department a year and a half prior. Efforts were made to track down the programmer of Pale Luna, but to a nearly anonymous legal gray area in which the software swapping community operated inescapably led to many dead ends. Collectors have been known to offer upwards to 6 figures for an authentic copy of the game. The rest of Karen's body was never found. And that was Pale Luna. Let's see. Oh, wow. I got about 14 likes. That's awesome. What did you all think about that? I'm lagging again. Aw, thank you, Saris. Thank you so much. Thank you, Subject. You were all awesome. I'm not sure if Saris is sad, but, Oh, 15 likes. Cool. Thank you, Fearsome. Yeah, the stream keeps lagging a little bit, and I keep seeing the gray circle of death coming in. Hopefully, we'll get better as the stream goes on. What the fuck did I just click on? Oh, Boston Actress gave me 5 stars. You are awesome. Thank you. Seems that 5 is the magic number. the hell is this? Burger entrees. Man, this seems like a long, long one. Long, 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 long one. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, hell no. Let's move on, shall we? Sarah's just giving me 5 fairies and a zombie. Interesting idea for a story. I like it, says Fearsome Hero. You write stories too? Yeah, I'm kind of looking for some writers to help me with trying to get my channel up and running. So if you ever have some stories that you'd like for me to narrate, just hit me up on Twitter or hit me up on my subreddit. And the connection is excellent, which means we're back in business. Ooh. Here's a story that I haven't seen in a long time. It's a story where I pretty much acted my ass off. And once again, it's in creepypasta.org, and it's written by John Talented. I hope I credited his name in the subject line, but this story is called Killer of File. Why is this happening to me? I'm not a bad person. I never hurt anyone. Hell, I never even cheated on the math test. So why is it here? Why did it choose me? In the hall closet on the second floor, while that thing wanders around my house, searching for me. It's the only place I can hide, the only place I feel safe. I don't plan on staying here long, just long enough for it to pass me by. Then I'll make a run for the front door downstairs. I only heard bits and pieces of this thing, this killer. I've heard about it on the news, but never thought I'd ever come face to face with it. But here I am, sitting in the closet, hiding from it. But why? I didn't do anything. It's not fair. Oh God, I hear it coming up the stairs, heavy footsteps followed by a loud, echoing thud. It's upstairs, at the end of the hall. Please, I don't deserve this. I hear slow footsteps, and it's something dragging against the hardwood floor, heading in my direction. My heart feels like it's going to pound out of my chest. My breathing is so heavy that I have to cover my mouth to keep from making a sound. I can't let it hear me. I'm not going to die here tonight. It's getting closer. God help me. It stopped. It's at the door. My heart skips a beat. It knows. It has to know. I never felt more terrified in my entire life. I see the shadow of its feet peering underneath the door. I can't breathe. I can't move. I'm completely frozen in fear. My heart nearly stops as I hear the splintering thud against the door. I almost screamed, but I managed to stop myself. Another thud, harder and louder than before. It's trying to break down the door. It's trying to get me. No. No, no, no. This isn't happening. This has to be a nightmare. Or someone is playing a cruel joke on my experience, at my expense. Maybe I fell asleep on the couch watching the news. Yeah, that's it. I'm dreaming. This isn't real. Shit. God damn it, I keep losing myself. I almost screamed when yet another gut-wrenching, wood-splintering thud echoes in my ear. I'm not dreaming. This is all too real. I am trapped in a closet with the killer trying to break its way in. Trying to get to me. Trying to kill me. I'm cornered. I'm helpless. I'm afraid. No. I'm terrified. It's hammering against the wooden door with all of its might, trying so desperately to get through to me. The flimsy wooden door. The only thing separating me from what I can only imagine is a painful and gruesome demise. But with each eardrum-splitting, trauma-inducing crack against the door, my fear dissolves into hate. Every bit of terror that consumed my very being is now drifting into my subconscious, and from the shadowy blackness comes a flood of ungodly rage that's seeping from every pore of my body. Why did it choose me? Why has God abandoned me? Why am I not worthy of living? No. No, I'm not gonna die. Not like this. Not like a coward. I won't be just another victim of this abomination. I'll be the one that fights back. I stand to my feet, glaring daggers into the... I stand on my feet, glaring daggers into the flimsy wood that separates the closet from the rest of the house. The intruder continuing his vicious wailing on the door. Small slivers of light shining through the wood, ever so slightly, piercing the darkness that surrounds me. My heart is racing, the adrenaline coursing. The adrenaline courses through my veins. My breathing quickens and seems more like animalistic snarls. My fists clenched. My teeth grind together. Sweat pours down my face. There's no turning back. With one last strike from the intruder, I make my move. I slam all my weight into the door. Shoulder first. The door tears down from its hinges, and I crashed onto the floor on top of it. Where's the light? What the fuck happened to the light? It's pitch black. Nothing around me but darkness. My eyes struggle to make visible what lurks in the blackness that has swallowed me. No, this isn't my home. This isn't my small 2-story suburban home. It's not where I live. Whew. I need a breather after that. Oh, well, thank you for coming by. Thank you for coming by, Saris. I'm glad you. Glad you could come in and listen to my laggy stories. Josie, what's up? Welcome. Hey, Boggs, what's up? I need a drink. Okay, why is my shit lagging? OBS is good on my side. Anyways. It is a warehouse or a factory. It's some kind of building with cement walls and floors. Every bit of the adrenaline-filled rage that controlled my very being is gone. The will to fight back against the murderous monster has drifted away. Just like my surroundings. My perspective of the situation has drastically altered for the worse. All I feel now is pure, unadulterated fear. I stagger to my feet. Still alert to the danger that could be lurking in the shadows. The only real thoughts I am able to process are questions. Questions that I that I need answers to. Why am I here? How did I get here? And where exactly is here? Will I go back? Can I go back? Am I alive? Am I dead? But there came no answers. My eyes frantically searched the room, hoping to find something that could answer my questions. Anything. I find a row of industrial windows along the walls. The moonlight from the outside shining in. Maybe there's something outside. A sign or something like that. Anything that will tell me where I am. I rushed to the window. What I hoped was salvation from this nightmare swiftly devolves into horror as I screamed at what I see before me. What should have been a visible look into the outside world was instead replaced by with the mangled, bludgeoned body of what was once a human being, barely even recognizable. From its body structure, I can only assume it was male. A Caucasian male, maybe early teens, lying in the dark, concrete room under a dim spotlight. Its blood and brain matter scrambled across the floor. Its skull completely caved in. Every inch of exposed skin covered in black and blue bruising and splattered droplets of blood. The sight is so gruesome and sickening, but I can't bring myself to look away. I feel sick to my stomach with each passing second that my eyes remain glued to the body. But then I noticed it. By the limp, lifeless, and mangled body is a feather. A black feather. A crow feather. With every bit of strength in me, I pry my eyes away from the body and back away from the window. My eyes dart all around, searching for anything that can be lurking in the darkness. But there's nothing. At least that's what I think. It always feels like I'm being watched. Realize that the windows are against me. I rush through the darkness, trying to find any kind of escape route. Trying to find any kind of escape route out of this nightmare. All I can hear is my rushing footsteps against the cement floor, echoing off the walls of the building. I think my mind is playing tricks on me. Though. It almost sounds like there are two sets of footsteps. Fuck! I tripped over something. A pipe or a wooden baseball bat. Its weapon of choice. It's caked in a thick layer of what was once crimson red blood. Fragments of teeth and bone embedded in it. With small traces of human hair and what I can only assume is brain matter. But why is it here? Why is it just lying on the concrete floor, alone? And where is its wielder? I honestly don't want to know the answer to any of those questions. I just want to get out of here. But now, I have a means of defense, and it has no means of attack. At least I think. In every case I heard of, the cause of death was always linked to the bat, always linked back to this bat. Never anything else. I slowly picked up the bat. Ugh. Its texture is sickening, but I had to get over that for now. This is for survival. This is all I have to defend myself. I can't be like the others. I'm the hunter, and he's the hunted. I stand on my feet. To my right knees, I stand on my feet, but my right knee is a bit fucked up. I landed on it when I tripped. I could barely put weight on it. But I can't let that slow me down. I have to get away. I have to live. I start to live more. I start to live more through the blackness. My senses only heightened by my will to survive. Oh God, 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 please. If you exist, I'm begging you for a way out of this place. Please, I'll do anything. Just let me live. I'm too young to die. Please, help me kill this thing. Help me. Let me. What's that sound? It sounds like crawling. As I draw closer, I find the source of the noise. A murder of crows hovering over the rotten corpse of one of their own. The crow seems to have been crushed or bludgeoned to death and partially eaten. White masses of squirming maggots cover covered the mangled bird, slowly devouring it. And while the fly larvae devour the lifeless crow, its brethren feast on them. Oh god, this is making me sick to my stomach. Actually, it's not nausea I'm feeling. It's pain. Oh my god, it feels like something's stabbing me from the inside. No. Clawing. Clawing at its inner lining of my stomach. Oh god, it hurts. Oh my god, it's on my knees. With tears. Oh my god, I'm on my knees with tears in my eyes. My agonizing weeps echo throughout the facility as I can't hold them back. Oh my god, is there something oh my god, there's something inside me. While I curl up in agony, I can feel their eyes glued to me. The crows, they stand and stare as if they understand my torture. I look up at them with teary eyes, and they just stare back with blank expressions. But I can't see it in their eyes. They're laughing at me, mocking me, no longer consuming the maggots, but gorging themselves into my pain and turmoil. And turmoil. Fuck it. I want to scream at them, but for some reason unknown to me, I can't. All I can do is push myself forward. Find salvation. That is what I have to do. Find salvation to end this from this hell. I can't be distracted by these birds, or its unrelenting, or this unrelenting pain, I have to get out of here before it can get me. I'm on my feet again. The pain is even more intense. No distractions. Have to survive. I venture deep into the darkness, leaving the ebony fowls to return to their feasting. The pain on my knee no longer concerns me, as I can barely feel anything other than the literal gut-wrenching agony that I am experiencing at this moment. Oh God. What the hell is happening to me? What am I feeling? What is going on inside of me? I just want to go home. Please, someone. Just take me away from this nightmare. Just... Oh God. Oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God, I can hear it. I can hear it murmuring in the darkness around me. It's here. But I don't know where. My eyes dart around every which way, trying desperately to pinpoint the location of the murmurs. The words are hard to make out, though they're very incoherent. Something about the numbers and feathers. I found it. I found him. He's right in front of me. After all the running and searching, I'm staring eye to eye with this madman of legend, this psychotic killer, this monster. Some call him the Birdman. Others had just called him the Fowl. But law enforcement officials and media outlets have given him the one title in particular, the Foul-Faced Killer, responsible for over 100 murders all over the country. His body is clad in blackness. From his jeans to his black electrical tape that wrapped tightly around his blood-caked hands, to his black leather jacket, to the black hood that shrouded his head. But not his face. Oh no. That was hidden behind a mask. The black leather bird mask. with that elongated beak that stretched nearly a foot in front of him, open, as if waiting to ensnare something within. And in each corner of its forehead, and placed just under the chin, were silver-studded straps. The only thing that shows any kind of humanity of this in this monstrosity is the eyes that peer through the jagged holes of the mask. The brown eyes of a human being that leered back into mine filled me with great disdain. It's hard to describe the kind of feeling I'm experiencing right at this very moment. It's sort of a mixture of absolute fear and pure excitement. I'm not sure if I'm terrified or possibly overjoyed at that moment. All I know is that he is there, and he's unarmed, and I have the upper hand. The odds are in my favor. Survival is within my grasp. Without a moment's hesitation, I rear back the baseball bat. I'm wheeling, and as I went to swing, I heard the killer mumble of one final phrase. I'm sorry. The bat connects dead center with his face, and he shatters. And he shatters to the floor into tiny miniature versions of himself. I act fast and began to rain down blow after blow on each of the miniatures. But it only keeps producing more small miniature versions of the miniatures. Desperately, I slam the bat down as hard as I can, over and over and over and over. Bits and pieces of them flying past my head with each blow. But they kept coming. Why won't they all just... No. Oh God, no. It was a mirror. All this time, it was just a mirror. Oh, dear God, it all makes sense now. This place, this body, the feather, the crows, the pain, the denial, the anger, the bargaining, and now the depression of it all. This whole time, I've been trying to escape the monster, when I was only trying to escape myself. I'm the Birdman. I'm the foul-faced killer. I'm the killer of foul. What's happening to me? And how long have I been this way? Was I getting better? Or am I experiencing a Jekyll and Hyde complex? No, it was them. It was them all along. They loved to play tricks on me, making me suffer through a sick and twisted delusion, all for their own maniacal pleasures. The physical misery is not as satisfying anymore. They moved on to psychological, and until every last feather is gone, this nightmare will never end. Weeps in the darkness pierce my eyes. A woman crying, and the pain is back. There is no escaping this hell. Only appeasing the cause will treat the symptoms. And I have no other choice than to accept it. I clutch my weapon tightly in my hands. It is my lifeline. And it's the only thing that will relieve this agony. I turn. There is a young woman curled up in the corner, sobbing hysterically and bleeding from a wound in her head. I'm sorry. I slowly, mo- I slowly moved towards her. Her sobs become even more hysterical as as she desperately tries to crawl for some kind of cover that does not exist. I'm sorry. I raise the bat over my head. She pleads for her life. I can no longer see the woman, only a worm. And the crow within me needs to feed. I'm sorry. I bring the dar- I bring the bat down with all my might. A familiar, sickening, meaty thud echoes throughout the building, and a warm crimson fluid splatter on my body. The worm falls silent. I raise the bat again, bring it down. More blood sprays on my body, but I persist in my act of bludgeoning. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. It's the only way. I'm sorry. But there may be hope. You're dying for a noble cause. I'm sorry. When they're all gone, the world will be safe. I'm sorry. Just a few more. I know it. I'm sorry. 175 should be the end of it. I'm sorry. No more feathers. I'm sorry. No more pain. I'm sorry. Holy shit. Oh, I forgot that story took a lot of voice acting. Getting a wee bit sleepy. Alright, let's see who's still in the chat. What the fuck? Hang on a second. You're saying it doesn't show my merchandise? What the hell? Oh, god damn it. What do you mean the store is inactive? Alright, hold on. Hold on just a bit. I still see my... What the shit, fuck? What happened to my stores? Oh my god. Oh my god, don't tell me they fucking deleted my store. Anyways, that was Killer Foul. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Thank you so much, people. Well, Mutant Artificial Intelligence brought this to my attention that the link to my Teespring store is dead for some fucking reason. And I went to go check on it, and for some reason, the whole interface got redesigned, and now my store has been completely wiped out. So now I'm gonna have to make a new store. Jolly good, right? God damn it. Oh. Well, thank you for bringing that to my attention. And I'm probably gonna have to deal with it tomorrow, or whenever I wake up. make a new store on Teespring, I'm probably gonna have to move to Spreadshirt or whatever, or Redbubble or some shit like that. Yeah, that was bullshit. Not buying a piece of shirt. Piece of shit. uh, but as soon as I get that figured out, I'll put up the correct link, whatever. Yeah, that really pisses me off. You know, if I had to make more new designs for my store, then fuck. Alright. Oh, thank you for bringing that to my attention. Alright. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to deal with that later. But for right now, we are in an hour and 30 minutes. What say you people? One more story? Blue Heart for one more story. Me out of here says, meow. What's up? I miss you. Why you not talk to me no more? Boston actress. But yeah, I got a blue heart from Meow. Boston actress says gets a blue heart. Alright. Well. How about a good old ghost story? No, Mutant, it's okay, man. I'm glad you brought that to my attention. That really pisses me off. Yeah, I think we have one more story me to tell. Go ahead. No, that's a little too short. Well, I know you wanted a coffee cup, Mutant. Like I said, I'll get this figured out, and once I do, I'll hit you up, okay? Right now, we're going to go into our last story. And this is from Vader97. That's double V. That's double V A D E R 97. And the story is called Insomnia. Boom. Caitlin bolted up in bed in a cold sweat. She nearly fell out in a panic. Then managed to right herself. After catching her breath, she managed to calm down and glanced at the clock. 12:30 a.m. Fucking great. She knew that she always took at least an hour and a half to get to sleep. She had to be at work at 4:30. She let out a deep sigh and flopped down on the bed. It was probably storming outside. She thought thunder must have woken her up. But after a bit, she decided it might be a good idea to go into the kitchen and grab a glass of milk or something. She didn't care. Anything to help her get back to sleep. She got up, pulled on a shirt and a pair of shorts, and walked out to her kitchen groggily, without bothering to turn on the light. She opened the fridge and tried to gain her bearings as she poured herself a glass of milk. She sat down and gazed out the window. Something seemed off, which is strange because the night was as still as ever, with no wind, and the trees seemingly transfixed to the ground, and raindrops falling all around them. Suddenly she saw something dart among the trees. She gasped in fear, but then got the better of herself as logic kicked in. It must have been part of her overreactive imagination. Whatever she thought she saw out there couldn't have been real. It couldn't have. She gained confidence in this thought. Nothing could hurt her. She was in her house with locks on all the doors and a rigged security system. Nevertheless, she got up and slowly inched over to the knife rack, just to feel more secure. After finishing her glass of milk, she turned to the sink and rinsed off her cup. She felt safer now, so it came as a surprise when she turned around and saw a dark figure standing in her window. She screamed, a loud, shrill scream, and turned to whip a knife out of the rack. But when she turned back, the figure was gone. In a state of near shock, there was more a result of surprise than fear. She dropped the knife and ran back to her room. She locked the door behind her and crawled into bed, sobbing. Fear was now taking over, and she couldn't get the image of fear. And she couldn't get the image of that figure out of her head. It had been average height and humanoid. That she was sure of. She told herself it might have been a teenager, wanting to roam the neighborhood at night and maybe vandalize a few buildings. Something made her feel otherwise. She wasn't sure what. It may be. Maybe it was. Maybe it was stillness. Maybe it was the way it showed no sign of surprise when it was found out. Oh, the fucking dog. Okay, doggy's done drinking. Okay. She told herself it might have just been a teenager wanting to roam the neighborhood at night and maybe vandalize a few buildings. But something made her feel otherwise. She wasn't sure what. Maybe it was just stillness. Maybe it was the way it showed no sign of surprise when it was found out. What really scared her was that she couldn't see the face. It was standing right outside her window, and she couldn't see its fucking face. She hoped maybe it was wearing a hood, and that might have been the reason. It was cold out, after all, and that may have been the reason. It was cold out, after all. These thoughts quickly disappeared as she heard a noise from the living room. It sounded like a scratching at the door. She quickly burrowed under her covers and stayed still. The security system worked. No, when the security system worked, whoever was or whatever was would be hauled off by the. God damn it! Little tongue twister there. Whatever it was would be hauled off by the police, and they could take care of it. This thought calmed her down, and she relaxed a bit. Suddenly, the scratching stopped altogether. She froze. The lock on the door clicked, and she heard the door swing open. She began to flow down. Tears began to flow down her cheeks again as she realized the police were not coming. That thing had somehow unlocked the door, and it was her. It was in her house. She heard shuffling noises, and then a slight thud. She started shaking uncontrollably as she understood that these were the sound of this thing's footstep. Shuffle, thud, shuffle, thud, shuffle, thud. The noises grew louder as it came down her hallway. She heard it slowly open the door to her spare bedroom and let out a sigh of relief. Maybe it would just go through that room and leave. She nearly choked in surprise when she heard a loud ripping noise. It had just torn up the other bed. She heard the monster let out a strangled, low scream of anger. And then, a faster shuffling towards her room. She heard it start scratching at the door, and the knob began turning back and forth. Suddenly, she suddenly bolted up in bed and screamed, "What do you want from me?" The creature at her door didn't answer. The scratching got louder and louder, and then it stopped. The lock on the knob turned. Her door swung open, and the thing stumbled through. It was hideous, to say the least. It was wearing a long, black hooded robe, and it had molted, sunken brown fingers with nails that were so long they looked more like claws. Caitlin was so frightened she couldn't make a noise as it seemingly glided straight up to her bed and pulled down its hood. Caitlin let out a shrill squeak of fear as she saw its face. It had frayed black hair that hung down to its shoulders, and skin that was rotted and even torn in some places. But the worst part was his eyes. Its eyes were sewn tightly shut, so tight that blood seeped out through some places that the thread cut in too deep. It let out a tortured moan as it reached towards Caitlin's neck. She dodged its grasp to try to make it for the door. But the creature that was once so slow darted there before her and closed it. Caitlin frankly backed up, only to find herself in a tight corner. The creature's claws sped towards her neck. Caitlin opened her mouth one last time to scream, but she never got a chance. Headline news for January 23rd, 2012. Caitlin Miller, a 23-year-old secretary for a local businessman, was declared missing last night at 2 a.m. Local police were called to her house after reports from neighbors saying that they had heard terrified screams coming from her bedroom. When they arrived on the scene, the bedroom was overturned, with a dirty black robe lying on the floor and blood on the bed sheets and wall. This blood, after a DNA sample, was confirmed as not her own. Foul play is suspected, but as of now, Miss Miller is nowhere to be found. End of article. Meanwhile, Caitlin roamed the woods, about 5 minutes from her house. She staggered around the patches of hair. She staggered around with patches of hair missing and tattered clothes. All she could think about was how she needed to find someone to take her place. Her eyes were stitched shut. Well, I think that was an interesting story. What do you guys think? Uh, well, that's the end of the story, actress. But thank you. Well, according to the likes counter, I say we hit the big 2-0. That is impressive. All right. I think we're reaching about our second hour. I think this would be a good time to stop because I am getting tired. So with that said, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. I'm glad you all enjoyed the stories, even though some of them were a little glitchy because I don't know what happened. But that said, okay, this is unmuted. I'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight and listening to every one of my words. I'd like to remind everybody to don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and enjoy. Don't forget to hit that little bell when you subscribe. If you want to get to know me a little better, my social media is in the comments below, in the direction, in the description down below. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, what have you. And as of right now, due to what I just been informed, the merch store is now closed until everything is figured out. So if you find the link to the merch store, don't click on it because it will get you nowhere. There are other social media sites that I'm on, but we'll be getting to those some other time. All credit goes to the authors named in this video, in this live stream. Once again, thank you all for coming out. I love you all. I hope you all have a good night. Please take care, and remember, I'll be seeing you in the shadows. Actually, before I go, I want to give a huge shout out to Kate Merchant, also known as Sparky Spooky. She'll be releasing a new movie, short movie called Access Denied, and I'm going to be voicing one of the main baddies. So be on the lookout for that, and I'll be tweeting that along. With that said, I'm Evil Outcast. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for coming out, and I'll be seeing you in the shadows.